Hey, what's up? How you doing, man? This is your boy Ike, and I just want to talk to you today about the secrets why people fail with high ticket offers. High ticket offers are simply more expensive products and services that have greater value to the customers or the clients or the prospects. So definitely brings up some concerns. High ticket funnels is just the system or the process that you put in place to take them through a journey. It's the buyer's journey, starting from knowing absolutely nothing about you or even their problems to when they become a paid customer. That journey is what a funnel is. Part of the funnel is definitely the sales process. These are the reasons why a lot of entrepreneurs fail when it comes to high ticket offers. Number one is price is never the issue. A buyer might act like, oh, it's expensive or whatever, but I need you to understand people would always find how they're gonna get the money for anything that they see value in. Communication is really, really important. So you gotta learn how to express yourself. You gotta learn how to state things in a way that people can relate with it. So if you don't communicate the right value, whatever price you call doesn't make sense. I'll give you an instance. If I told you to buy a Rolls Royce for $3.5 million, would you buy a Rolls Royce for that? You're gonna ask me what comes with a Rolls Royce, right? Because there's a preconceived value already. But if I told you to buy a Rolls Royce for $150,000 or $250,000, it's something that you might consider, right? So it don't matter what it is. Price is never the issue. The problem is the value. Like I said, if you go to Walmart to get just a simple ball, soccer ball for your kid, and I told you the ball is $300, you might go, it's just a ball, right? Exactly. As long as there's a preconceived value, it's hard for you to charge more. But if I told you this ball is made from the who's made all the Olympic balls, and this is handmade balls, it didn't go through a computer or machine, people sat down to stitch the leather is from this and that, and there's a backstory to it, and I add all the soccer culture and all of that, and you're gonna get a signature from their granddad that started this whole process probably 60, 70 years ago, and is the one who's done every ball that has been used at every major tournament. Now there's a story to the ball. That same ball can be sold for $5,000, $50,000, or $50 million, as long as there's another feature which we're gonna talk about called scarcity. But when I get to that point, I'm gonna tell you about that point. The second thing is there's already a disconnection. You got your leads totally free, and now you're trying to sell them. Data has shown that people who you get on for free just are not willing to pay. I need you to understand that in the minds of people who buy, they already know that if it's cheap, it cannot be good. And if it's good, it should not be cheap. That's just the way the mind is wired. So every time you try to tell people, oh, just come on for free, come on for free, come on for free, you gotta be careful because now it's hard for you to sell them. I can go to a place where they sell private jets, knowing that people who play polo, people who play golf, for example, in certain areas, and people who are in a private jet show are millionaires. I can assume that, right? Now, if I have a new Rolls Royce, I can attract them to experience the product for free, knowing fully well that it's not hard for that type of client or prospect to pay me $250,000 to buy a car. You see how it works? That's the only time you should offer free, when you've pre-qualified the leads, especially in this online business, and tell people, please come on for free on my webinar. You hope to sell them on a high ticket like $5,000 or $10,000. Nobody comes on a webinar with their wallets hoping to buy a $10,000 product. Another reason is you lowered your price and you gave it discounts. You see, buyers will always fluff. Buyers will always play with you. If you're in the high ticket business, one of the things that you don't want to do is give discounts. You gotta be strong with your pricing. The minute you tell a prospect that yes, I can give discount, what you've just done is to say there's nothing special about what you offer. So remember, if it's cheap, it cannot be good. And if it's super good, they cannot be cheap. You want to create buyer's curiosity when you sell. So part of what I do with my mentees is I teach them how to ask themselves a minimum of 30 questions that you might be asked as regards to price, convenience, timing, everything that can hold a prospect back from buying. And we teach them how to answer these questions on a sales call. You see, the guy who is doing the asking on the sales call is the guy who has the power. So when you do a lot of talking and you don't do a lot of listening, you've already lost the call because you've shifted the energy from you to the prospects. You definitely want to ensure that you're taking down everything that they're saying. And which brings us to the next point. How many yeses were you able to get them? So the trick is you want to get a lot of yeses while you are on a sales call. The more yeses you can get them to do in agreements, you're definitely telling them that you're listening more, you understand them better, or you're trying to understand them better and they feel more comfortable. And that way is not pushy. Another mistake a lot of people make that I mentioned in the beginning is there's no scarcity, there's no exclusivity, there's no urgency about your offer. If people feel like they're gonna get the same thing today and tomorrow, then why should they make a big buy today? So it's always good to create some form of scarcity, exclusivity, or urgency about your offer, or else people might have the money, but they just won't sign up because they feel like they can do it tomorrow. And I have never seen a prospect that procrastinates that comes back to buying your offer. It's really, really hard to convert somebody who says, let me call you back tomorrow. Wealth needs speed. Now, the next point is the clients just don't know you. It's not like they don't like you. You're a nice guy, but they just don't know or trust you because they hardly know anything about you. Now, the way you can solve this is to be more findable. When you prospect for clients, you're still trying to do business the old way. You're still trying to go out there, cast a lot of nets and hope to get people. And it's just about the closing for you because you're trying to make up because you're spending so much money in prospecting. I'm not saying not to run ads. I'm not saying to leave everything organic. But you got to learn how to give value first. Because when you give value before you ever get anybody on the call, it makes selling easy. Because now they know, like, and trust you. I used to be somebody who did not care. I made a lot of money in running ads and all of that, converted some of the calls, but my conversion rates were really, really low. Then I met my girl, and she used to tell me, you got to take this organic thing seriously. You got to give more value. You have so much value, you have so much heart, you have a soul to this. And for months, I didn't want to listen, but I started doing my research and realized that it was something that I was missing in my business. Then I decided to, take my social media more seriously. I started getting into YouTube. I started, networking with other experts and all of that because I'm just a guy who could sit indoors, put out my offer, run an ad, get a bunch of people to my webinar and just convert them. And it was working real good. To me, what I called good. But think about this. You have the power right now to put out content for free and get paid to constantly attract leads. What else could beat that? That's powerful. All for free. And that covered the next point, which is don't chase after clients. Once you position instead of prospecting, clients will naturally come to you. So the goal is not to chase. The real goal is to position yourself, talking about what you believe in, sharing who you are, sharing your results, and clients will naturally find you because what you're doing is you're becoming an authority in that space. The next point I want to share with you is a lot of people sell features and functions and they do not sell experiences as the outcome. So it's important if you ever want to close high tickets and you don't want to fail when it comes to high ticket offers, you have to learn how to sell dreams and experience. Just learn how to communicate the value in what people are buying. And if the dream is big enough and people trust that you can help them get to that point, they will definitely spend with you. Now, the last point I want to share with you is a lot of people fail to pre-qualify their prospects. So they attract all kinds of people, but the goal in having a system and a funnel in place is so that you can see the buyer's journey. You can put elements and strategies in place to ensure that people who are just not qualified and not a good fit don't come in front of you. And if they do, you also have the right questions to ask to see if they're good fits. And only if they're good fits should you make an offer. Or else, I promise you, you buy a lot of respect if you let them know that I truly cannot serve you, but I can point you in the right direction. And that's how you make and keep the right impression. These are some of the mistakes I've made in my business. I started taking a lot of training to learn because you got to understand I'm from old school. I'm from the old school days. Everything was, red ocean, kill me, I don't kill you, get that money type of stuff. and I made a lot of money from doing that, but after a while, I knew something was missing. So I had to go back and learn how to do things the right way. If you know definitely that you want to offer high ticket sales, then these are some of the things that you want to work on, because I believe and I know I've used in my business that these strategies will work for you. Change the way you qualify or pre-qualify your prospects and ask the right questions. Only do business with people that are a good fit, because you can take that money and it will be hell to deliver on your promises. I want you, if you haven't, to go ahead and smash that subscribe button right now, just so I know that you love the value that I'm giving. And if you have any comment or whatever you want to share with me, questions or anything, put it down in the comment below. Until I see you next time, I hope you can take these strategies and go put in your business right now. Go make that win. Thank you.